Uh, Hello, I'm Mayowa. I was born in Nigeria, schooled in the US in San Francisco, and I'm currently on an island in Cape Verde. I'm working to find ways artificial intelligence can contribute to wildlife conservation here. It's been an interesting experience. I feel like I'm working to do something in a place where it's not being done, and so that in itself feels very rewarding. So onto it. We'll start with the scenario. Say we were in the middle of the Amazon jungle. So there are trees, there's, say, a fire. It's in the evening and everywhere it's dark, so we need the fire for light. There's the village chief by the right there with his crown. And then here's one of the members of the community, one of the members of this local community in the Amazon jungle. And this guy by the left is like, I have a problem. My daughter has been exhibiting these symptoms. One, he lists the symptom. Two, he lists the second symptom. Three, and so he gives a list of symptoms that he has observed his daughter exhibiting. And then the chief pauses to think for a while, the chief by the right, and he's like, what could this problem be? And then at some point he goes like, I know what it is. I know what the problem is. And then he prescribes a solution. He says, you know what, this is what you should do. Do this, and then this problem goes away. Let's, mind you, we're assuming this entire conversation is happening in the local language of these people, that is the local tribal language of this Amazon community. So it's not in English. So what has just happened here? This person came to share a problem, and then the chief preferred a solution. Now let's say the problem this guy by the left came to talk about was depression. His daughter was depressed, and that was linked to the symptoms he was talking about. And then the chief was like, you know what, this should be the answer to it. So let's zoom out for a minute and just stop to look at what has just happened here. This here illustrates the fact that regardless how rural we think a group of people are, a community is, there are problems they've solved as a community, and there's the very real possibility that these are problems that the quote-unquote developed world is still struggling with. Case in point, depression. So let's pause here to throw in some facts. Did you know that about 50 to 90% of all of the languages currently being spoken in the world today are predicted to go extinct in the next century? When a language goes extinct, it means there are no longer any living native speakers of that language. In a lot of cases, it means that the language is entirely lost. The solutions to the problems these people have solved is also going to be lost, given extinction for most of these languages. That then engenders the question, how could something be done about this? So at this point, we'll introduce the term artificial intelligence. What does that mean? Artificial intelligence refers to the ability of machines to give the impression that they can understand our world, to give the impression that they can learn from events in our world. We'll put forward a question. Can artificial intelligence be made to learn a language? Well, yes, there are robots that speak English. Specifically, can artificial intelligence be made to learn to speak an endangered language? We've looked at problems and solutions and our hypothetical Amazonian tribe that had solved depression. And we've talked about extinction of languages. If, say, artificial intelligence could learn to speak their language before it went extinct, then it means their solution to depression is one that will be made available for humanity in general, is one that is not going to be lost with the extinction of said language. And that precisely is the aim of the language project. Working with AI to prevent the loss of the valuable knowledge contained in the world's endangered languages. Saving these solutions from all the corners of the world, regardless how remote, and making them available for the world in general. Long shot, but what if some local tribe somewhere, just as a function of their perspective on life and their way of life, have a solution to cancer? Long shot, but who knows? Who knows? The initial idea for this project came during my time in San Francisco, where I realized that things just appeared to be so much better than they were in Nigeria, and I could not stop myself from wondering if that meant that the people in San Francisco, a microcosm here for the developed world in general, had absolutely nothing to learn from, say, some rural tribe in the forest in some corner of Nigeria. This was a possibility I could not bring myself to accept. Hence this project. If we think of life collectively as a conversation, then it makes sense to make things in such a way that everyone contributes, from the English speakers in the first world countries to the local minority tribes in the remote corners of the world. And this precisely is the driving force behind the language project. Thank you very much for watching.